my dear skater homie, Hegla, has released a new video, Learning to Skate Ep 7. A little bit of the lore of this is her and I had a bit of a funny back and forth. There was a brief period where I was on a tear reacting to influencers learning how to skate. And I reacted to this one that she did 3 years ago. At the time that I reacted to it, I want to say it was like 8 months after she posted it. So I think she did a few. I think she did 3. Yeah, this one. She did 3 learning to skate. And then she didn't post for a long time. And I reacted to this one. And it got like, see this 2 years ago post. And it made her post again on her channel. It made her post. She goes, wow, this skater reacted to my thing and gave me tips. And then she posted again and she started this new skate arc. Look, now every video is skating. And we've been having a little bit of back and forth. I've seen her posting on Instagram too. Learning new tricks and stuff. So she posted this one, realistic skateboarding update after 1 year. And I reacted to it. And I believe she watched the reaction again and took more tips and tried to apply the tips again in this new video. So in this video, she did reference old Rick. In the hopes of helping at least one of you guys, here's how I fixed my skating problems using the advice from professional skateboarder Ricky Glaser. Huge props. Let's go. The parentheses. Today, we are doing skating impossible for me anyway and learning 2 new skateboard tricks that I'm totally unqualified for. Boneless and strawberry milkshake. 2 fantastic tricks. Enjoy watching me fall over because I do it 150% more than I did in my last video. Amazing. But yeah, she does post skating on short form too, I believe. Let's go.
Today I'm gonna fix all my skating problems.
And trust me, there is a lot of them. Recently, I've been trying my
She makes good videos too.
to go out and work on my weaknesses.
Oh, it's scary.
I know that I could keep doing ollies over and over again, but in this video I really wanted to get to the bottom of why I've hit a plateau. I don't know why I sound so happy saying that.
So as much as I know I'm literally a professional skateboarder, like you can't really get that much better than what I am right now. I do think that sometimes it is good to get some tips from people who are slightly worse at skateboarding than you. So Ricky Glaser reacted to the video that I uploaded.
Alright, I got a funny story here. Okay, so I was in the corner right there.
Skateboarding than you. So Ricky Glaser.
What's so funny is like this photo is of Eric Costin doing a nose blunt, right? But if you go on Google Images and you write Ricky Glaser skate, I'm pretty sure, sadly, that one comes up. The reason I made this is it was a brand deal with Fiverr, and I was saying, can Fiverr Photoshop me onto the tricks? Good. But it's, and like, look, these are all famous skate photos. But it's so, look, Tony Alva, me and the boys, Tony Hawk, Kelly Slater, and Sean White, and Rick, Justin Bieber. But it's so funny that if you just Google Ricky and don't worry about the context, you always get that that picture. Maya actually did it too. When, I wonder if I could find it. I might not be able to find it, but on Maya's Twitter trailer video for when I was teaching her to kickflip, they also used it. And I thought it was funny that like non-skaters are like, oh, there's a photo. And it's like, oh man, it's a Photoshop photo. Like, damn it. But it's okay. It's okay.
Reacted to the video that I uploaded the other day. And I basically followed every single point that he gave. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. This is like the most progress that I have made in skating since I had like that first week. You know when you like first learn to skate and then it's like you get so much progress in like that first month, or at least I found that. And then as you start to go on, it's like you see less progress, which is fine. I'm not even crying about it, whatever. And like there's this whole language of like skating, like terminology that I can't speak it, okay? I am not bilingual. I speak English and like brain rot and that's it. And I can barely speak English, to be honest, most of the time. Also, I dyed my own hair, so if you wonder why it looks...
It's funny because skating language is almost brain rot, but almost not. Because like For the most part, minus a few exceptions, it's pretty consistent. Like, we got the 4 stances, we got the tricks, we got the names, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty consistent. It's consistent enough that a new trick can be invented and it already has a name. The name already exists before the trick exists, you know? I think that's kind of cool of skating. I think that's like somewhat unique. Other things like soccer or whatever, it's like, oh, I invented a new way to kick the ball. There's no linear way that you name it, whereas skating like kind of has the consistent linear verbiage.
It's like I've got straw in my hair, that's why. So since I filmed last, a lot has changed. I've actually got good at tic-tacs.
And when I say good, I mean better than I was before, because I used to only be able to move the board in one direction, and now I can go between pretty easily. So I'm basically ambidextrous at this point. So I started practicing these whilst I was stationary, and then I did them whilst I was moving, but that wasn't the only goofy looking trick that I've been learning.
I've got really
1 foot? Let me see this.
Good.
Riding tic-tac.
So I'm basically ambidextrous at this point. So I started practicing these whilst I was stationary, and then I did them whilst I was moving, but that wasn't the only.
Should I give my tips again? Constant tips. Constant unsolicited advice. The tic-tacs are looking good.
So
these riding ones, it looks like she's trying to kind of survive the tic-tac. Very unbent knees, we may note. And she's just trying to like, let's see how many times I can tic-tac and tic-tac. If she sort of bends her knees more and like really pushes her whole body with the tic-tac, she could actually like generate speed. So like that would be the next thing I suggest. Cool, you rolled in tic-tac, now try to roll and generate speed with the tic-tac.
Whilst I was stationary, and then I did them whilst I was moving, but that wasn't the only goofy looking trick that I've been learning.
That's good. That's a good testament of balance.
It looks so goofy, but I love it. I also took the advice to go to a skate park.
Yo, finally!
I'm not gonna lie.
Every vid that she ever posted, I said, go to the skate park, try to make a friend, someone will help you. That's what she's saying right now. I really hope that she got a positive experience. Imagine she just goes, I don't know, she's in England or whatever. She goes to the skate park, talks to some random British skater, and they're like, yeah, go away. That would be so annoying.
I took the advice to go to a skate park for the first time. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I did it. It was okay. Like, it was fine. I didn't die. I wore a helmet, but it was interesting.
So if you guys want to see that, then stick around for my next video. It's not edited yet because I am very slow.
So in order to prepare me for going to the skate park for the next time, I've been practicing going like, I don't know what it's called. When you go up onto the curb, stop for a sec, and go off it, like with your nose.
Okay, name is nose stall. I'm sure every single comment says it is a nose stall. But yes, this is a nose stall. I got a bit to say about nose stall, but let's see what she said.
How to stomp on some curbs. I've been practicing doing that, and I've been practicing kick turns as well, which is another really important thing I just never practiced or never even thought about. And then Ricky just like mentioned it in part of the video, and I was like, oh, right, yes, that sounds like a really good idea.
This was a very important trick, which I didn't know the name of before I watched Ricky's video.
Let's go.
I was out here calling them reverts, and now I'm confused. I don't know the difference between kick turns, reverts, 180-degree turns, or the difference between a revert backside and a fakey revert. Please help me.
Dang. Oh, we got Rick up in here? Past Rick. Neither of those are a fakey revert. They would
between a revert backside and a fakey revert. Please help me.
Dang, neither of those are a fakey revert. They were just normal reverts. But it's okay.
For example, in the last...
But it's okay. Should we give the full conversation of what a revert is? She's goofy, right? I could do a goofy even to fully explain. A kick turn, the true definition of a kick turn is you ride up a ramp, then you turn around, and then you go back down. So if you're doing them stationary, it's a little bit interesting because I would still call it a kick turn, but I guess maybe that's not the true verbiage. But if you're stationary, it's not really a revert either. It's kind of just like turning around, I guess. But the easiest way to think about it is you go up a ramp, turn around, go back down. That's a kick turn. And then a revert is when you're riding and then you turn 180 and ride fakie. So I guess I'll show you 2 reverts. Normal, and I'll stand in your stance so it makes the most sense. I will ride and just do a front side revert. Let's see if I can do it inside. So we're riding, then front side revert would be like this. And then we're riding the other way. Then fakie reverb. So remember, I'm standing your stance, so it's a little bit confusing for me or for someone that's regular, but I'm doing this all goofy. Fakie would be when you're riding backwards, which we know as fakie. And then you go from backwards 180 to normal. So the difference is, the first one, you start riding your normal way, you turn 180, then you're riding backwards. And then the other one is you start backwards, and then you go your normal way. So the first one was normal, now this will be fakie reverb. I don't know if that's in frame, but let's continue.
Last video, I was trying to do a fakie revert. I was trying to do a kick turn, I think. Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck. What is a revert? What the fuck is a fakie revert? I've tried to think about it.
Anyway, I've come a long way from whatever the hell I was doing.
Show with the tech. Wasn't that a good explanation? I think that was fine, right? On revert's usually the end of a trick. I mean, that's more Tony Hawk's Pro Skater era, but kind of. Revert's also kind of double. I don't want to confuse her though. Revert's also kind of double if you under rotate a trick and you like slide it along the ground. That's kind of a double verbiage, but I don't think we need to worry about that.
In the last video. And that was all from one piece of advice. Okay, doctors hate me for this one simple trick.
Moving my shoulders was such a shout.
If you want to do a kick turn like that, that's me. You turn with the board, it doesn't really work. You have to like, be like, all right, I'm gonna do a kick turn, boom. Look, McStick's in the vid! It takes a little bit to get used to it. What they sometimes say is like, point where you want to go. So you can be like, wind up, point, and then boom, applying what I said though, let's go.
A lot of people did tell me that, to be fair. On Instagram, I posted a reel, and someone was like, why are you not turning your shoulders? And I was like, good point. I never thought about that. There's just some things that like you just don't think about until someone mentions it to you, and you're like, oh yeah, that's actually how you do it. So I started doing that, and things have got a lot easier. This is where I'm going to step it up, guys, okay? I might not have a shove it, but I'm going to try boneless anyway. This might be a bad idea.
I thought it was way above my pay grade. Like, I haven't even done a shove it yet, so there was no point even trying a boneless. But you know what? There's no harm in trying. And try I did. And I think that my wobbly flamingo persona is pretty. As you can see, I'm not the most balanced
with the gloves
individual on the planet. Having to coordinate my legs and arms in the same movement had me in a slight predicament.
That was good.
Doing this did fill me with whimsy though, because I thought just maybe I could learn a new trick. Fucking about time. I can't wait to keep practicing it and be able to get it whilst I'm moving.
So that was pretty good.
Because I like doing this. Means that I should try a strawberry milkshake.
She could probably like aspire to learn like strawberry milkshake, because she likes these kind of like pick up and spinning the board type tricks.
I think I actually tried that one time. It did not end well. I hurt my ankle because I think I was doing it wrong. I actually just don't know.
So when I tried it before, I could only turn the board halfway. You can see that.
If I'm honest, I forget what a true strawberry milkshake is. When I was a beginner, strawberry milkshake didn't really exist, and I never really did them. But I've seen they've become more increasingly popular with beginners in recent years. But I think it was a good recommendation. I think it's like a good challenge of like, it's difficult enough that she will be able to get it, but it will be like satisfying.
The nose of the board is actually the wrong way round. So I started trying to get the board all the way round, and I managed to get it 270 degrees. But I struggled to get it all the way to 360 degrees until practice is perfect. I actually managed to get it, so the next step is putting it all together, stepping off the board, turning it, getting back on the board. I'll get to that at some point later in the video, I promise.
Sick.
And the next thing was replacing my board.
Yeah, the tail is pretty squared off. She probably could try to get a new board.
My board is in fucking pieces. If this is the first video that you're watching, be ready to be jump scared, okay, because my board looks like a zombie. It is spooky season and my board is dressing up.
I am in the market for a new board, but I haven't found a good one yet. But I did replace something else.
Guys, I can't handle this floor anymore.
Yeah, no rush to buy a new board. Like, it's not like it will instantly unlock new tricks or anything, but I just feel like it's roughly time to get a new board. And what's a good board recommendation for her? I don't know, pretty much just any board. I think go to the skate shop. She likes to make these videos going to the skate park doing stuff. Definitely go to the skate shop as part of the video. Film the interaction with the skate shop. Maybe even try to grip the board. Maybe watch a tutorial how to grip the board and try to grip the board in the video. I feel like that's A+ content.
I can't roll 1 meter without stopping. I did get some new wheels because my old wheels, I wonder if I still have them. Okay, it turns out I did keep my old wheels for training and monitoring purposes. So these are my new wheels. Now this was my old wheel. Can you see the difference? This is like absolute shit. I don't know what you would ever want a wheel like this for. It's rock hard, so no wonder I couldn't handle the ground. I was going to change my trucks as well, and then I realised that it was...
She does skate on a lot of rough ground, so having softer wheels would maybe make it a little bit smoother, but it's also like, for beginner, I don't know, it's like, you don't need to worry about it too much. I think just do what feels good.
There was not really a point because changing my wheels kind of fixed all my problems.
Lastly, and finally, we're moving on to my current mortal enemy, the trick that I've practiced the most and got nowhere with. It's shove-its. I am just not built for them, but that won't stop me from trying. I feel like
she's definitely getting better at them.
Be in the works.
That was it.
Oh my god. Learning the difference between a pop shove-it and a shove-it, which is something that I thought I understood.
So there's two tricks. There's a shove-it and a pop shove-it. Pop shove-it is when the board pops up and goes into the air. Shove-it is when the board stays fully on the ground and just goes off on its axis. It's kind of confusing her because sometimes it does a shove-it and then sometimes it does more of like a pop shove-it like that. She kind of just needs to be like, all right, I'm definitely not going to do a pop shove-it. I'm going to do a shove-it. And then when it does a pop shove-it, go, oh, my foot was kind of in the wrong spot. I just wanted to do a shove-it.
I understand it when I'm watching someone do it, but when I'm actually doing it, I get confused. I'll just take whatever I can get, to be honest.
And you think?
Yeah, that's a fine mentality. And like, just whatever gets the board around consistently is perfectly acceptable to land. The technical thing of what creates a pop shove-it versus what creates a shove-it is the more you push your back foot down, the harder you push it down and scoop to the side, the more the board will go up, creating a pop shove-it. If you push, what I'm saying is like, the more force you give to this part, the more it will lift the board up and do a pop shove-it. The more you just go directly to the side, no downward motion, but just directly to the side, the more it will be a shove-it. And typically those are easier to learn and land and do consistently. Whereas a pop shove-it is a little bit more similar to an ollie. It's like a jump-based trick. Whereas a shove-it is just, you slide it around and it's much easier to control and land every time.
I think that was all the advice that I got. Well, you would be wrong.
My board always ends up in front of me, so why not just jump forward?
She's kind of always landing too far to the back, right? If the board's always going in front of you, then you say, okay, the board's always going there, I'm just going to jump a little bit over there.
Like, it makes so much...
Damn, she's really applying my tips. I hope... I think all my tips are pretty solid. Let's see.
Sense. If you are doing this trick over and over again, you keep missing it because the board is too far in front of you, what should you do?
As much as my little heart.
That's like, kids ask me for trick tips all the time. They go, how do I do this? How do I do that? Or they say things like this to me. They go, Ricky, whenever I ollie, I turn to the side because of my shoulders. And I go, okay, let's fix this. Why don't we try not turning to the side? Like, that's not me being disrespectful or giving bad advice, but sometimes it is that simple. It's like, damn, the board's always in front of me. Okay, jump in front of you then. Same thing. If I always turn to the side, okay, try to not turn to the side. Like, really consciously be like, I'm not going to turn to the side. Or the same as this one. Really consciously be like, all right, it's going in front of me. I'm going to really try to shove it under me and jump over it. Jump to where it's going to be. Rick with the sick tips. Yes, exactly right.
I wanted it to be so. I was still not fully there with my shove-its. And that was until I got this
she's got it though.
Hot tip that did indeed change my life.
I don't know why I didn't think about this, because I did this with learning to ollie, and it was the only reason why I actually could ollie is because I practiced on grass.
My advice is do the shove-its on the grass and you'll definitely land it.
Now, why would I not just try doing that with shove-its? I don't know. So I thought that's a really great piece of advice. I tried it and I was skeptical at first because obviously you've got that turning.
Like I say, do it on grass. She does it next to like a glass thing and right at the edge of the cup and in thick grass. But I think she'll land shove-it in this video for sure. If she doesn't, I've got more strategies.
Motion. It works. Like, Of fucking course it worked. I'd spent so long being scared to land shove it. Like I could get the board in the right position, I just couldn't land on it.
I can't get my damn hoof on the board.
If there's grass
yeah, it's purely confidence now.
No reason not to.
Trying it on grass did actually help my progress, but it didn't solve all my problems like I really wanted it to. I was getting close, and after a few attempts I was landing it pretty much every time on grass. I was feeling good, I was feeling confident, and then when I thought I was big and brave enough to handle it, I gave the concrete floor a visit. And to be honest, I was lucky that I wasn't giving the hospital a visit, because look at the state of my ankle. So I decided to do something that I definitely...
No, rolled ankle. Oh my goodness. Damn, I didn't see that. But luckily she was okay. That was scary. I think I've told this story in my stream a few times before, but I went on like a date with a girl back in the day. I think it was a second date. First day I went to cafe. Second date, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm pretty active, athletic, whatever. We went to like a trampoline park. And then I was doing a front flip into the airbag. And she was doing a front flip into airbag, landing on her back. And I was landing on my feet, and she was landing on her back. And I go, oh, you're doing it perfect. Why don't you try to land on your feet? First attempt, perfect front flip, lands perfectly. Boom, rolls her ankle so bad, instantly crying, like such a scene. Then the people of the gym bringing her these forms like, oh, please sign this that you're not going to sue us. And it was like, oh my God. And then she drove there as well. So like I had to drive her car to her house, and it was like such an ordeal. But it was funny though. But I've never really gave someone advice and had a bad thing happen other than that time. I don't think in skating I've ever said, hey, ollie this 10 stair, and they just smoked it. But I'm pretty cautious usually. Like I will only recommend people when they're like very overqualified for it. But it looks like she was all right from that. One thing I would also say is like, don't do tricks in a confined space. Like, I don't know if there's plastic or glass, but like you don't want to fall into that. And like, you don't want to fall into like a hard edge where you could like smack your torso or your head on a hard edge. You want to kind of have a big open space.
And then when I thought I was big and brave enough to handle it, I gave the concrete floor a visit. And to be honest, I was lucky that I wasn't giving the hospital a visit, because look at the state of my ankle. So I decided to do something that I definitely knew how to do, and that was ollies. I got
My tip for her with the grass thing is that she should leverage the grass for confidence. She should try some shove-its, then she's not getting it on the concrete, do a couple on grass, land them, and say, all right, now I'm on the concrete again, and I'm going to land them on the concrete again. And try to almost kind of like wean off the grass, like use it as like a crutch occasionally, and wean off. But I wouldn't just be sessioning on the grass the whole time. I think you just land a few and know that you can do it and then come back.
Attempt down before I did an ollie, flipped it onto my foot, and it really hurt.
Ow.
Dang.
And it was the kind of slow burn pain that like you don't know if something's actually really wrong. So I decided to call it quits anyway.
I was going to carry on going, but I actually think I've really hurt my foot. I really hope it's not bruised, because I can't be dealing with this right now. So yeah, I might have to go home.
Dang.
And on my last day, it was time to put everything I'd learned to the test. I was determined to put the moves I've been throwing out all together and do these tricks whilst moving.
Oh,
usually my
she was coming in fast for the boneless.
Or should I say fatal floor, because this concrete really hurts. But today, maybe not, because I actually think the boneless looked pretty smooth. So yeah, at the end of the session, this is what it looked like, and I'm kind of happy with that. Ignore the
that was very sick. Well done.
Ass, by the way, the strawberry milkshake was kind of lacking. On
the scoop is very good on the strawberry milkshake too.
It's getting there. I just need to speed it up a bit, get a wiggle on, and it should be there. And finally was shove-its. Not there, not at all, and I don't think it ever will be. Thanks to my clickbait title, you all thought that I would fix all my problems. But actually no, I still have this particular twig up my ass. Me not getting my second foot on the board is actually more of a danger to myself than if I could just put the foot on the board. As you can see me hitting my shin really hard in that last clip, so do excuse the facial expressions.
At the end of the last video,
it's just confidence. It's purely confidence. You can get on as the grass shows you. But it's you just do one on the grass and say, all right, I believe in my soul, I can do it. Then you stand on the concrete and you say, Hegla, you are going to put both feet on. Do not only put one on, put both on no matter what. And then you try. And then if you don't do it again, you go, damn Hegla, time for the grass again. And then you do it on the grass again, you go, all right. And then you just keep doing that until you kind of got to train the, like, it's sort of like a skill where you just have to say in yourself, all right, I know what I'm doing wrong. I need to be brave. I'm going to overcome my like automatic instincts and choose to put my foot on. That's kind of like the battle of learning tricks.
video. I really was so wanting to get a shove it and I couldn't do it, and it all
I mean, she landed him on grass.
Like I should have not made that video. Whatever. It's out now.
No.
Failing to do a shove it
good.
so many times is not fun. Honestly, me trying so hard at shove it had made it much harder for me to learn any other
All right. We gotta reset the mindset. I mean, I know this was editing, but like, look how consistent you got him now. Look at this consistent spin.
Trying so
boom,
hard at shove it
boom,
made it much harder.
Boom. Every time it's ready to land. We've got the skating technique down. Now we need to get the skating mentality down, and then we will just unlock them. Like, for real. She made really good progress. She just has to like follow through with the unlocking.
For me to learn any other trick. So I think I'm gonna lay this shit to rest and move on with my life like a bad ex. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope I didn't disappoint you too much. If you do want to see that video that I made in the skate park, which will be questionable, but it will be coming out soon, so stick around for that, and I'll see you next time.
Wait. Did she say she's gonna quit skating or she's gonna quit shoveling? I think she just said she's gonna quit shoveling, right?
I'm gonna lay this Failing to do a shove it so many times is not fun. Honestly,
she's breaking up with me.
Shove it had made it much harder for me to learn any other trick. So I think I'm gonna lay this shit to rest and move on with my life like a bad ex. So
damn!
Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope I didn't disappoint you too much. If you do want to see that video,
the shove it defeated her. Am I misinterpreting what she's saying?
Soon, so stick around for that, and I'll see you next.
Damn. The fear is the last step to overcome landing a trick. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, huge shout out to Hegla. I hope she didn't quit skating. I hope she only just temporarily is taking a break from shove it and comes back strong. But she's killing it, honestly. She's gonna get a scooter? No. Like, I think she's making great progress. I think the biggest thing that will unlock is like she listens to my tips well, right? Like she sees what I say and then she goes, oh, turn my shoulders, great, now I turn my shoulders. Try on grass, oh, now I try on grass. You just need to go to the skate park and have some real life interaction with a real person that's in front of you and says, oh, I'm a beginner too. I remember when I learned shove-its, I did this. I remember when I ollied down on one stair, I did this. Shove-its broker. Imagine we reacted to a last skate video. Well, it seems like she recorded another video, but I don't know if that was truly saying she's done with skating. I feel like it might have been. It's just a case of getting on the scale too often. If she looked at the first video to this, she'd be blown away. Very true. Very true. Big progression. I think she should, I mean, like, it's her life, do whatever you want. But like, I think it would be cool if she kept skating. Buy a new board, go to the next video. Go to the skate shop, buy a new deck, grip the deck yourself, then go to the skate park, try to make a friend, and the friend will give infinite content. The friend can teach you tricks and stuff. I recommended to her in the other video, look up whatever area she's in, local girls beginner skate meetup. I feel like if there's a big city around, there will be one of those. And I feel like that, maybe don't even film, just go to practice or whatever, just film a little bit. I think that would really help her confidence, mentality, and progression. I feel like she would not feel just alone hitting her shin in the parking lot filming YouTube videos, and it will become this like, yeah, fun activity. I'm going to see my friends and skate with my friends, and we're all going to learn. But yeah, great stuff. Good vid.